Hi guys, how are you doing there? Hope everything is good for you. My name is Saida Sadiq, and then here I'm trying to present you this page in Amazon. Here my name is, if you put my name in the research bar, Dr. Saida Sadiq. I got my book, my first book in English, which is To Argue Logically or with Heart, Mind and Believe. So about that book, as we can read here, you have the Kindle, the ebook version and the paper version, and then if you read here about the book, it talks about the objective of this book is to reveal about endless wars that kill millions and engage in supporting terrorism, which is a fact that the ideological tactics used by a powerful authoritarian corporation and empire government to control the world. And this wars created by this corporation is not to help the middle class or the poor class or the worker class. It's just in the benefit of this corporation, as they are the part of imperialism. As you know, capitalist system is not anymore working for the middle class or the worker class, so they're getting poorer and they're just drawn by credit. Okay, so you can read all this if you just go and put my name, which is Dr. Saida Sadiq, in research bar. Then you can have all the information about the book. And if you could just go and write my book, as some already did here, some customers did some reviews in there. So if you go all the way to the bottom, you got me there, and with my biography, I put some information about me. Dr. Saida Sadiq is an independent researcher in philosophy, socio-political issues, modernity and human rights, justice, climate change. Her special subjects are Western art, history, and futurism. So, as you have seen, my PhD was in a Renaissance painting. It's like a combination between philosophy, art, and geometry. I have to talk about linear perspective that dominating art history since the Renaissance until the 19th century. So for 5 centuries they were working only with the linear perspective. Then comes the Cubism, which is the beginning of the abstract and all other schools. Okay, my major is not art but philosophy, but I still interested by art as well. Now let's take a look at the paper book, which I have here. We see here clearly the title, To Argue Logically or with Heart, Mind and Belief, and my name there, Dr. Saida Sadiq. Let's go to the content. Oh, first let's take a look at that beginning. That quote really impressed me while I was working in the book. And it's from J.K. Chesterton. He was born in 1874 and died in 1936. And his quote, he said, "We can argue our opponent using logic and we can certainly define the truth with it. But we need more than logic to complete our philosophy and our faith." So I like that because it shows like the two parallel ways to get the truth. And like the logic way is the way of philosopher, way of scientists, way of scholars, and the other way is the people way, the people that have beliefs and faith in things. They believe in some kind of knowledge. But if a person could like have the both way, they will hit the ultimate knowledge and will be the wise man or woman. So let me here go to the table of contents. Table of contents. We have preface, human rights and modernity, democracy and egalitarianism. That's a sociology concept where I talk about what the last result of social study. Then I am talking about UN human rights. I'm talking about the 30 articles that UN has put together as rules for this country, which is US, and all countries as a nation rights that every country has to respect. But the truth is not that. So the fourth chapter is Islamic law and justice, Islamic law and modernity. Then I have the second part, which is imperialism facing impasse, like what we are facing now in all levels, in our economy, in our politics, in our values. So then imperialism and capitalism, this is the economic side. Imperialism and economical crisis we are facing now. Then imperialism and environmental crisis. The third part is imperialism and the future. Imperialism and technology. Imperialism and terrorism. And imperialism and mind control. Then we had two conclusions. And then you have the bibliography, and then a brief CV about the author. And the book is like 142 40 pages. Then we have like the bibliography. Hope like you would like to read that book and enjoy reading it, and then you could get back to me with your feedback that I would take in consideration for my next book. Here in the back you have my picture and like a brief summary about the book how I get inspired by other, like here as Winston Churchill once stated, empire of the future are empires of the mind. We need to ask what limits power in absence of strong morality. Industrial civilization has given way to new information civilization. We now live an age of mega transnational corporations, out-of-touch government, bureaucrats, consolidated media power, mass communication, slave wage, mass production, environmentally destructive mass distribution, and mass education that consistently fails our students. So this book represents the culmination of many years of research, meditation, reading, analyzing, and building a system of thinking, all aimed at understanding the tremendous and rapid changes happening all around the globe in the 21st century. We need to find ways to make sense of these rapid changes that seem to accelerate with the passing of every, not just decade, but year. We need to shift the center of power so that more people are empowered to fulfill their natural potential. This transfer won't happen like smoothly. Indeed, most likely the needed transformation will involve a great shock to the system as imperialism crumbles with our old mode of civilization. The future draws new democratic state that would give people new ways of democracy, justice, cooperation, and prosperity. So this transfer of power from the corporation that control the world to the people who actually keep the economy turning will empower those all over the world who claim their rights. These changes will also benefit the environment by reducing the greed and exploitation of nature by corporations and empire government. The futurists, as you know, like American futurists, Alvin Toffler writes, and it's a couple. Alvin Toffler are a couple. They write, however, to make sense of today's great changes, to think strategically, we need more than bets, blips, and lists. We need to see how different changes relate to one another. Thus, Power Shift, like its two predecessors, sets out a clear and comprehensive synthesis and overarching image of the new civilization now spreading across the planet. Hope, guys, you are stimulated and want to take a look at this book. If you could rate it, that would be great. Thank you again for listening and watching this video. I hope it wasn't boring. Thanks. Please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell and the like. Thanks. See you.